welcome to my channel, Crackling with May. I'm May. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by to see what I have going on today. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back to hang out with me. I appreciate you all so very much. Today, I will be bringing you 3 spring-inspired DIYs, Easter DIYs. I hope you guys enjoy them. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. Just know that those comments are only desired and not required, just because I love to chat with you all. And definitely hit that like button. It really helps out my channel a lot, and it helps YouTube to recognize that others want to watch my content. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump into the first DIY.
All right, Lovies. So we're going to start with our first project. We're going to do another He is Risen sign using some wood items. So I'm going to take this He is Risen sign I got from Hobby Lobby last year. I think I got it for either 70 or 90% off. Honestly, can't remember. I'm taking the 3 crosses I also got from Dollar Tree and this wood board here that I got from the Dollar Tree Plus. While I was on vacation in South Carolina, I wish we would get a Dollar Tree Plus here. And it was $3. But I'm covering everything in the agave color paint by Waverly. Now on this He is Risen sign, I am giving it, I'll say like 1-ish good coat, because I wanted some of that wood to come through on here. For whatever reason, I don't know, that's just what I was visualizing. So at the bottom, you'll see I'm just kind of putting it on, but not heavy. And that was the look I was going for. I was removing the sticker there at the bottom. But that's what I did with that. I'm not going to cover the back because you absolutely will not see it. Now I'm taking some of these half wooden beads and giving them 2 coats of the burnt umber paint by Apple Barrel. And I'm going to take that same burnt umber paint, put a little bit on a diaper wipe, and I'm going to just go ahead and stain the crosses. I was initially going to paint them in the burnt umber, but I just felt like it would be too thick, so I opted not to do that. Now there were some hit and miss places on the larger cross, but in the end it just kind of made it look even more rustic in my opinion. So what I'm doing here is taking some of my heavy duty glue, Gorilla Glue, and my hot Gorilla Glue, and I'm placing the half beads on the bottom as feet. Now what I should have done is I was supposed to wait for this part and do it after I added the He is Risen sign, because the He is Risen sign was going to act as leverage to keep the stand or keep the sign standing upright. But I got ahead of myself and I ended up putting them on first, but I did create a workaround, and in the end it worked out okay. Now I did not paint the back. If you choose to recreate this, by all means, if you're one of those people who love to do the back part of their pieces, go for it. This is just, I'm okay with it, because again, this is not something going to be seen from, the back is not going to be seen from any angle. So next, what I'm doing here, I'm lining it up, and this is where I actually realized, like, hello. You were supposed to put that on first. So I did try to wiggle it a little bit, but I was like, it's going to rip the wood. So I opted to just work around it. So that's where that came in. So while I was trying to figure that out, I put that to the side and decided, let's just start assembling the piece to see what what's going to happen there. So I'm going in, I'm layering the 3 crosses up how I want them, and during this I realized, like, oh, if I bring them down a little bit further towards the bottom, they will also act as leverage. And so that's what I end up doing, because I am going to be adding something to the top of this, so you won't really see that gap there. But that's what I end up doing. So that's what you see me doing here. I'm like lining up. I'm like, oh, this is still not going to work. It's not going to stick, blah, 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 blah. The dramatics, right? So then I was like, okay, I'm going to go in with these jumbo tower tumbling blocks and add them to the back. And they did help. And in all fairness, on my crafting table, it's not leveled. It has like a little rise in the middle of it. So with that, on top of, not putting the sign on first, the He is Risen sign first, it made it a little wobbly. So but I worked around it. You guys will see in the end. So right here, I decided to go in with some moss. I'm not sure if it was, I think just a decorative moss, to be honest with you guys, and some fairy lights. And I'm just stringing that up throughout the little moss at the bottom, and then I did a single strip up, and that was just because the string itself was not long enough to go around how I wanted it to. Now I could have added two, but I just didn't feel like doing that. So that's what I do here, and this is where I'm kind of sizing it to make that larger cross kind of come down past the bottom. And I just didn't center it right, because that's what I do. I don't line things up the right way. I just do everything by eyesight, and it don't always work in my favor, but everything is fixable in my book. So I just removed it, reattached it, go in with that hot glue, and I didn't use anything super heavy on the top portion of this heart, just because I didn't feel like it needed it there. So that's what I'm doing here, and this is where I'm looking at like I probably should have went up just a little bit more with the decorative moss, but that's something too. It's an open piece. I can definitely add more in there, but at the end of the day, I think it did come out really pretty. And so I'm just standing it up here. This is not completely out of shot. I just needed to make sure I was lining them up correctly, and to make sure that, so when I stand it up, it's going to also support like the larger cross was doing. That's what I was doing there. So then I go in with the second one, do the same thing, and once I get that sized up correctly, I just add in the Gorilla Glue to keep it in place. So once I get all of that set, it is really coming together nicely. So I went in with a piece of this nautical robe. I have some loose fabric around, but I just could not find it. And I think now that I'm looking at this, I think I know where it is. But this is what I had close to me, and I just added it in. And I may actually go back and change it. But for now, it's just going to work for the sake of the video. I'm going in with some magnolias. I did want to use lilies here, but as I was laying them out, I just could not get it to work the way I wanted it to. And so I opted to go with the magnolias instead. And I think they were a pretty good alternative for this piece. And I really like the way it turned out in the end. So I also realized after this that I probably should have put more on top as well, like 3 magnolias. Sorry if you guys could hear that. Magnolias on top. But this was afterthought. It was late, guys. Sometimes you have these visions and it takes a little bit longer than what you anticipated. And you get to a point of where it's like, okay, I just need to make it work at this point. And so that's kind of where this project, what direction this project went in. But overall, I do think it was very beautiful in the end. So now I'm going in with that hot glue and adding in the He Is Risen sign. And after all of the finagling, I was finally able to get it to stand up. And there you have it. I will show it in my final reveal along with my other 2 items. I do try to do the pictures to put them in between, but sometimes, after you finish editing, it's just kind of like you want to just move on a little bit. And this one, like I said, it took a lot longer than I thought, and it really shouldn't have taken me that long, but I just had to redirect my original thought process for it, or idea for it. So now what you see that I'm doing, I'm taking some of these decorative half pearls. I got these from Daiso for $1.75. I forget how many comes in there. I honestly can't see the things, but it was like probably about 9 strips of them. They're on they have an adhesive backing to them on strips, so I think it's probably about 9 or 10 strips there. But that's what I'm doing. I'm using that to cover up the holes within the crosses, and also I'm going to add one to the He Is Risen for the eye. And then I just went in with this white dove that I ordered off of Amazon, a pack of them. I want to say it was like 20 in a pack. Very inexpensive. I had ordered them around Christmas time, and I thought it would be perfect here, but but looking at this, it kind of looked like a parakeet almost. I don't know, but I still like the colors of it. And then I had the two miniature crosses. I have painted them for another project using the color Peacock by Waverly, and I thought that would add just a little extra oof to it, if you will. You will. And I thought it was still too plain, so what I did was, as you see here, going in with some of that white paint and just doing a dry brushing all over it, and I really like the way it came together. Now, I didn't show it after I finished, but you will definitely see it in the final reveal, as I mentioned. So moving on to our project number 2, I had these napkins I got from Hobby Lobby, and they say Christ is risen, and I really love them. I love the color, the flower on them. I love the fact that it was in silver. And so I had this little plaque from Dollar Tree, and I wanted to use this for I like to put little signs like on my door, like door hangers, just at the handles, for the handles, where the handles are. And so I thought this would be really cute for that. And what I'm doing here, I did something a little bit weird. I gave it a coat of the white paint, just one coat of that white paint. It's by Folk Art, I believe. And I then laid the napkin down without using any Mod Podge, and it didn't stick as well as I thought it would, just because the paint had started drying really fast. But I just went in, added more paint, laid it down, and it worked overall, guys. It really did work. I did give it a coat of Mod Podge after the fact off camera, but ultimately it worked really well. And so I took some more of those half pearls, did the same thing to cover the jute twine hanger, one right in the middle, and then I had these little miniature pieces of greenery in my stash, along with these pretty pink flowers. I don't know what kind they are or where I got them. I think I may have gotten them from Daiso, if I'm not mistaken. It would have either been Daiso, the 99-cent store, or Dollar Tree. But nonetheless, I only had 2 in my stash, so I just added those 2 there. And at first I thought it was going to look a little Hawaiian, but actually it tied in very nicely with the flower print there at the bottom. And I absolutely love the simplicity and cuteness of this. I did go in with one of the laser cut out crosses in its natural color. I got those from Dollar Tree, and I just laid that right there because I just felt like that space was a little blank or bland or negative, if you will. And so I wanted to add something there, and I think that was absolutely adorable, simple, and easy to do. So next up, I have this Happy Easter sign from Dollar Tree, and I love the cutout of this sign. Dollar Tree, I've said it a million times, if you've been around with me anytime, they have really stepped up the game since charging us that extra 25 cents, and I'm available for it. So I went in with some of that same white chalk paint, more of the agave color paint, and I'm going over the words with that. So I like this sign, but I didn't want to have the bunnies on there because this is more of a religious show for you guys today. So I wanted to cover those up. I don't have anything against the bunnies, but I wanted to do more of the Christian aspect of crafts today. And so, as you can see there, I'm doing some dry brushing. What I was initially going to do is a dry brushing just where the word or the lettering was, but I didn't really like it. It didn't come out how I thought it was going to come out, so I opted to do the whole board. And now I'm going in with some more of that burnt umber paint and just kind of outlining the outsides, just outlining around the board. Not really going too heavy, but in the end, as I was wrapping up, I'm like, nope, it needs more. So I went full throttle with it and just added in more of that burnt umber sporadically throughout the sign. And I really love the color combination and how it came out. So I'm going in with some of these white lilies and a lace strip that I got from Dollar Tree. Absolutely love this. And what I did was taped it off once I trimmed them down. I taped them together, and then I'm going to use that as my base to wrap that lace around. Just because I wanted them to stay in place. I didn't want them wiggling around. And this too will also allow me to reuse these if I choose to. So I'm just wrapping it around until I get it to a thickness that I like, because this is also going to act as the base holder for me connecting this to the sign. So I wanted it kind of thick where I don't have to like press down so hard with it and kind of make them bump up, if that makes sense. So once I get that to my liking, I just go in with some more of my hot glue, add them to the top of the sign. But of course, I don't know why I left all that in there, but I had to fluff them out a million times for you guys. But once I get that done, I get it glued down. Then I take one of these decorative jute ribbon bows. They are pre-made, and I did order these off of Amazon. I'm not embarrassed to say that I did that. I'm just not a good bow maker, but I absolutely love these, and they were really inexpensive. But once I get that all fluffed and pretty and everything, I go in with some more of these miniature crosses. And I got these actually from Hobby Lobby. I want to say, was it during Christmas time or somewhere around that time? I got them, and I really should have picked up 2 packs. But nonetheless, I have them, and I just wanted to add that into this piece. And I really love the way it looks like. And I probably should have left this as it was at that point. But no. I had to keep going. So you guys have to let me know if I did too much here. So I added the 3 crosses in. Then I have these stickers with the clear backing, and I love these. Oh my gosh, I ordered them off of Amazon, and you get so many in a pack, and they were so inexpensive, but I absolutely love the way they look, the colors. They have a very realistic color to them. I'm going in with some of these beautiful butterflies I found at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use 2 of the smaller ones to add here. And then I'm going to take the chain off of the back of that phone case I found at Dollar Tree. I love the look of the chain, but guys, I'm telling you, I think I went too far. I don't know. Y'all have to tell me if I did. And now looking back at this, I think I probably should have put the chain at the top, like, I don't know, like right where the flowers are, you know, on the side there. But for whatever special reason, I decided to put that at the bottom. Now, I do like it. It wasn't like horrible, but I'll tell you guys this. You can tell when I'm tired while crafting, because it just don't make sense sometimes what I'll do. But nonetheless, I do think it was okay. But you guys have to let me know, because my vision was, okay, I want this to look like the little plants are coming out from behind it. Yeah, no, girl. I was doing too much. I was reaching for the stars, y'all. But like I said, I think it came together okay. And it's not something that, you know, can't be fixed. But there it is. And here is the final reveal coming up very shortly, guys. I absolutely love this. Now, there is still some work to be done here that I'm seeing now after the fact. And I will probably fix that. If not, I absolutely love it as is. I love all the pieces today. So you guys have to let me know if you had a favorite. I actually don't have a favorite today. I loved all 3 of them equally as well. And what you see there, I did bring some light to it just so you guys can get a view of it under a little bit more brighter lighting. Sorry, guys. And I absolutely love these, as I was saying. And if you haven't already done so, guys, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. Just know those comments are only desired, not required. If you are returning to come back and hang with me, I appreciate you guys for always coming back and supporting my videos. It means the world to me. And if you are new here, I hope you consider joining my little YouTube family, because we would love to have you here 100%. And also, you can check me out on my other social media platform under Instagram. I'm under there by the name of Craft Away with May 222. Everything I've asked of you guys today is 100% free, guys. I just want to have you all in my presence and just to, be able to share what I love doing with you all, and hopefully to provide you all with some inspiration as well. Before I wrap up, I just want to say, fall in love every day, lovies. Every day you have an opportunity to open your eyes is an opportunity to fall in love with at least one something that day. So try to find the joy, the good, the happy in everything you see, say, do, or touch. And also, remember, until the next video, be safe, be kind, and happy crafting your days away. Hope to see you all later. Bye.